Yo, what's up guys? Party Waffles here, and today I'm going to make you a 10.15 solo shuffle PvP tier list, okay? The classes at the top are going to be the best, easiest classes to climb with, and then obviously it's going to get worse as we go down the list. So, if you're thinking about pushing for the end of the season, you could maybe choose one of the good classes here, but I don't want to say that you can only play the classes at the top, right? Any of the classes, if you enjoy the class, you can play it and make it work. So don't only think that you can play the top, okay? I just wanted to put that disclaimer out there. Don't want to push anyone away or discourage anyone. So let's start this out. Tank, the first one we have is Blood, okay? It's going to go into, probably all the tanks are just going to go into D tier, right? So Blood, D tier, boom. Next we got Frost. Frost is, so I've actually played a lot of solo shuffle recently. And I have to say Frost is pretty miserable still. I pushed, so my Unholy is like 200 rating higher than Frost, so we're going to put Frost C tier. I put it C tier. It's an absolute nightmare to play. It really is. We're going to put Unholy at A tier though, okay? Unholy still has a lot of damage. It lacks a little bit of defensive capability, but it has a ton of damage. So you can still succeed really well as Unholy. Like if you take a look at the top of the ladder, there's a significant amount of Unholy at the very top right now. And there's a reason for that, right? Next one we have here is DH. We'll put DH in B tier. It's better than Frost, but it's nothing crazy, right? In solo shuffle, we're gonna remember, guys, this is solo shuffle centric tier list, but again, these kind of correlate to normal PvP as well, right? So these are, yeah, we're gonna put DH as B tier though. Again, it's nothing crazy. We're gonna put Vengeance in D tier because it's a tank. S tier, we're gonna put Boomy up there. We're gonna put Boomy up in S tier. Boomies are insanely strong. They never stop being strong. Clone is super oppressive. You can control so much. They do a lot of damage. They're S tier. They have been like the whole season. It's going to remain like that. And yeah. So let's go to the next one. Feral Druid. I actually don't think Feral Druid is very... I don't think Feral Druid is very insane in solo shuffle. I think it's... Yeah, I'm going to put it... It's between low A and high B. We'll put it B. I don't think it's crazy. It's really squishy. It does a lot of damage. It's really good in 3v3s, but I'm not sure in solo shuffle. I really don't see it that much on my DK. Guardian Druid, we're going to throw that in D tier for Dick tier for playing a tank. No, I'm just kidding. R Druid, we're going to put that in S tier now. Ever since the R Druids got buffed, they're fucking crazy. Trents are crazy. R Druid is just crazy in general. They're going in S tier in solo shuffle. Devastation Evoker, they got buffed recently. They're a toss-up between A and B for me. I'm going to go with B just because I really don't see them like ever at all. So we're going to go with B for that one. And let's continue, guys. Presvoker. As far as Presvokers go, I really don't see them very much in solo shuffle at all, in threes or anywhere. But I don't think they're bad by any means. They do a ton of damage. I'm going to put them in A tier. They do a shit ton of damage. I like to play with them. Okay, here we go. Sorry, the eyes are a little... We just woke up. All right, so we got BM Hunter is the next one. I'm going to put BM Hunter A tier. The next one we have here is Survival Hunter. I'm also going to put Survival as A tier. And then we have Marksman Hunter. Marksman Hunter, I'm definitely putting this S tier, okay? Marksman Hunter is disgusting in solo shuffle. I swear to God, it's so good in solo shuffle. Half the time I see a Marksman Hunter, they just 6-0 the lobby. Unless I'm literally at the top of the ladder, they'll just 6-0 the lobby. It's actually insane. I definitely would recommend playing one. They look like a really fun time, especially into all the casters and everything like that. But, okay. Arcane Mage, I'm also putting that in S tier. So, Arcane Mage is insanely good, right? The only thing that makes Arcane Mage feel a little weaker is the fact that Marksman Hunters are also S tier. So if I get like a Marksman Arcane lobby, the Arcane gets destroyed, right? But in certain lobbies, Arcane is devastating. I would definitely put Arcane as S tier right now. Feels insane to fight Godly Spec. Fire Mage, we'll put that as A tier. They're big damage, you know, a lot of mobility. They're not as annoying to me as Arcane though, personally. Fire Mage, I'm also going to put, Frost Mage. This one's a toss-up between, this is a toss-up between S tier and A tier. If you get a good lobby for them, they're so tough. I'm honestly going to put it at S tier. Dude, it's hard for me to decide between S and A. We're going to go, I'm making the call. I'm making the executive call. We're putting it S tier. Might be A tier. It's hard to say. I would put it like low S tier, right? I would put it low S tier. Next we have Mistweaver. So Mistweaver. I'm putting them A tier. They're not quite a Resto Druid, but I'm going to put them A tier. The next thing we have here is a tank class, so we're going to go ahead and put that in D tier where it belongs. And then Windwalker. Windwalker S tier easily. Look at the top of the ladder, right? What's number 1 in solo shuffle right now? Windwalker. Like, Windwalker is super oppressive. They have a ton of defensives. They're better than DK, right? I'm definitely putting Windwalker S tier, without a doubt. Holy Paladin. I think Holy Paladin still goes S tier. Yeah, pretty sure Holy Paladin is still S tier. I think they're the highest healer in solo shuffle. They do really well. The spec's really good. You just, even after the nerfs, still god tier. Prot Pally, we put that down into tanks. Rep Pally, I'm going to go ahead and put this up in S tier. See, this one's hard. Rep Pally is between S tier and A tier. Maybe we'll put it A tier. It's tough, though. Like, there's a reason the most played class in solo shuffle is Rep Pally right now, right? If the number 1 played class is in solo is Rep Pally. I'm going to go with S tier for that. Maybe it's just DK bias from fighting them, but into DKs, they're really good. Like, Spell Bop and Deep Dampening is like super oppressive. We're going with S tier for that. Actually, no. I'm going with A tier. You know what? I'm going with A tier. I'm trying to make the most accurate list possible here. I'm going to go with A tier. And then Disc Priest, we're going to go with... yeah. Disc Priest, huh? That's a C tier right there. That's a C tier right there. And then with Holy Priest, we're going to go A tier. We're going to put Holy Priest in the A tier. Disc Priest in the C tier. Shadow Priest is going to go in the... This is another toss-up between S tier and A tier. We're going to go with A tier for that. We're going to go with A tier for the Shadow Priest. They're really good, but I feel like getting trained by an entire melee lobby could definitely be tough. And tough to overcome. Assass Rogue, I really never see these. We're going to put these in C tier. I legit don't see any Assass Rogues. Maybe they could go B tier, but C tier is pretty grim, man. I'm not going to lie. C tier is a pretty grim place to be. This might be cooked, but we're going to put Outlaw as B. So now Sub Rogue, we're going to go with... We'll go with A tier for Sub Rogue. Ellie Shaman, we're going to go with S tier. They can do savage amounts of damage, as you guys know, with all the controversy going on. They're definitely S tier capable class for sure. Enhanced Shaman, put that B. B tier Enhanced Shaman. Resto Shaman. Resto Shaman, we're going to go just slightly above Disc Priest, I think. Just slightly above Disc Priest. But they might even just be the same tier as Disc Priest. No, we're putting Archon slightly above. Okay, Aflock, we're going to put that as... We'll put Aflock as B tier. Same tier as DH. That sounds about right, yeah. But the same tier as Outlaw Rogue. Yeah, sounds about right. B tier for the Aflock. And then Demo Warlock, we're going to put an A tier. Destro Warlock, I'm putting S tier. Destro Warlock, I feel like they can just run the lobby, right? Like, if you guys overlap one kick into a Destro Warlock, it's like they get 2 instant bolts. And the thing is, you don't even like need to misplay or play bad or anything to do that, right? Like, that's a hypothetical situation where you both probably would have landed your kick if you had comms and you weren't overlapping it. But there's no comms, so how are you supposed to know that, right? So, Destro Warlock, definitely S tier, devastating class. Devastating spec. Arms Warrior, we'll put Arms Warrior in the A tier. And then Fury Warrior, we're going to throw that B tier. We're throwing that one in the B tier. And then, of course, the Prot Warrior, we're throwing that in the tank tier, which is the D tier. So, thank you for watching my presentation today, guys. I hope you guys learned something. But, yeah, so if you take a look at these classes, you'll see here the best classes at the top and then the worst classes at the bottom. And I know these are specs, sorry. You'll see the specs, right? But, yeah, I would honestly say this list is pretty accurate. If you have any disputes or you don't agree with anything on the list, feel free to drop a comment below, and I would love to hear your guys' opinion. But I think this is pretty accurate for what's the best for the rest of the season. And then obviously next season, we'll have new lists. But until then, take it easy, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Peace.